to my tutorials. It's my first ever tutorial, but I have seen many. And what I'm gonna do, first of all, is that I'm not gonna talk a lot. I'm gonna skip all that talking part, whatever. I'm just gonna show you what I have and what I think you might find useful. We're gonna start with Adobe Illustrator. I'm just gonna show you a simple trick. Probably you know it, probably you forgot about it, probably you haven't even heard of it, probably you're new to Illustrator. What we're gonna do, we're gonna open a new file. We go to File, New, and first of all we have to name our file. I'm gonna call it test or tutorial 123 ABC. It doesn't matter, I just like to add parentheses and brackets to number my files. Custom, we have pre-prepared profiles here in Illustrator. Depends on if you need a print to print it, or you need to use it for a web or for to design an application. This is like a totally different thing to discuss. We might get to it later. Video and film, RGB, flash to create an animated flash, or you could have something saved. For now we're gonna use custom and we're gonna change them here. We're gonna only need one artboard. I'll show you what an artboard later. And for now, and we're gonna have an A4 sized page since I use the metric system and it is pre-prepared. We're gonna have a bleed of 0.5, and since it is linked together, it automatically changes. And we need the CMYK because it's presumably for print. There are templates and everything, but you don't really need them. Every time you need to design something, design it from scratch. Do not use effects, do not use scripts. They are all just a waste of time, and they make it very complex and huge files, and it's unnecessary. Okay. What we're gonna do today, we're gonna do something like this. We're gonna go to tutorials, Illustrator. We're gonna do this one. How we do this one, the heart and such. If we press on Command H if you're on Mac or Control H if you're on PC, you don't see the anchor points anymore. If you select the object, and then you can Control H, Command H again to get the anchor points. Anyway, this is a mesh heart in different colors, and this is a golden sun. How to do these complex shapes, or not too complex, but they are the basics. If you want to create more complex things. Anyway, it's I wanted to have my artboard in profile, not landscape. So what I do is that I hold on Shift O, and then I get the editing mode of the artboard. This is the artboard, the space, the white space that you work on. And up here we have landscape and then portrait. I just press on portrait and then Command 0 to see the full page. So for now I want to draw the heart first. What I do is I press on L for shortcut to get a circle. I then locate this center on my page. Then I hold Option and Shift while clicking on my mouse pad or touchpad to create the circle I want. We can see its size 6.9 centimeters width and height. Remember, this is not the radius, this is just the size. Okay, around 7 is good. First of all, we choose the color. We don't need a stroke for this one. We can choose a basic red from the swatches here. If you don't have it here, you can go to Window and then you can go to Swatches. So you get the red color, and probably let's just move it up here so we can focus on it. You hold Shift and then move it if you want to move it in a straight line, or in like 45 degrees, or horizontally or vertically. Then you can, for the heart, we have to do 2 steps. This one goes down to the middle and this one goes below. like the same size here, it goes down. Why we do this? First of all, we need these anchor points above, and then we hold the middle, we get these two edges. The selection tool is here, direct selection tool, not the selection tool, in order to hold only the anchor points, not the entire object. So we go to selection tool or A, and we hold this middle one, and then we go to Shift C for this convert anchor point selection tool in order to take control of these handles. We take this one and we hold Shift again to go vertically, and we go around the same size, same length as this one already here, and then we hold A again, we hold this anchor point, and then we go Shift C again, and we do the same thing over here. And now for the bottom, we hold A again, we hold it and Shift C, but we only click on it, on the anchor point. We don't hold the handles in order to get this right angle or sharp edge. We can like change the heart the way we like to. We can make it taller, shorter. We can make it. We can select V for the selection. We can make it like even change its shape, whatever we want. Now for the mesh tool, we go for not M. We go for K. It's the live paint bucket, and we choose a point on it. But first we have to select it. We go for K, and we choose line on it. No, I mean mesh tool, not live paint bucket. You have to hold on U, not K, and then you select a point. You have your point. It looks good for now. You can change the handles a little bit, just to make it look smoother. Shorten this one, and this one over here, and then we go like this. Okay, now that's a prettier shape. We then press A for the direct selection tool, and we press on this point. We go now to the color. If you don't have it, you can go to window and you can go to color, and we press this extra options button. We have now the CMYK handles that we can change. We want to change the hue and saturation, and the black percentage. So what we do is that we want a brighter color than this red. So we go a little bit to the left and a little bit to the right in order to keep like a vibrant red color. And for this side here, we want to go for a darker red color. So we go left on the black and right on the S saturation. Now it looks a bit off. So what we need to do, we need to have like an artistic vision. It is essential. Not everything the computer can do for you, and you have to just change these colors on the edges. You can like change any edge here. When you change the color in it, the places around this, if you hold command space, no, actually to summon Siri, you hold space first and then command for the zoom in tool, or if you are on Windows, you can hold space control. Okay, so we go back again to the HSB, saturation, hue saturation, and we change these parts, hue saturation again, and in case it doesn't show the red that we want, we can hold an I for the eyedropper, and we can change the color that we want. So we still need to change this one, but this one shouldn't be as dark as the one above, just like that. Now we have a like beautiful heart. But it's sort of like seam flat here, so we need it to be more in 3D. Give us a more 3D look. This looks better, and this one should be just a tiny bit darker. This one too, just a little bit darker, and this one here a little bit darker too. Now this is a perfect heart. I love it. For the sun, it's very simple. It's simple also. You only need circle, like you hold again Option Shift for the perfect circle from the center that you choose. And now we need an orange color. We're gonna turn it into gold. Hue again. We go to color, hue saturation, it's already selected. First of all, we need the bright spot to show like this, and then we go for a darker color like this. Okay, dark edges, maybe we just need to have a light spot here, not too bright, just enough. Okay, then one here, one here. Alright, just a bit darker. Now this looks nice. These three are going to be a bit light. I'm gonna go just a tiny bit, few points. Right, it's not bad, though it can be better. We go to a brighter spot here, and a brighter spot here. It's alright, looks good. And what we do now is that we're not gonna hold Option Shift now, we're just gonna drag here on the edge. Actually no, I prefer to hold Option Shift again. We're gonna draw the same size circle. It's gonna seem flat, which is good. And then we're gonna put it on the edge. We're gonna drag the side like that. And we're gonna hold on A for direct selection tool. We're gonna hold this edge, Shift C, and then we're gonna make it pointed. Then we're gonna copy paste it, and then you have to pay attention now for we have to select this edge, direct selection tool. Then we go for R for rotation. We hold this edge, and we have to be careful. No, we don't need the direct selection tool. We need the selection tool. You hold on R for the edge, and then you just rotate it in a perfect motion if you are pressing on Shift. Then you hold these two, copy paste, Command C, Command F to copy paste it in front. Then you rotate it directly with the Shift without the rotation tool, without the R, because it's already on the center. Then you do it once more and one final time. What we need to do now is that we hold all these edges, we click Shift to hold all edges, and then we have to press on Divide here in the Pathfinder. You can find the Pathfinder from Window Pathfinder, and then you press on Divide. When you divide these, you can adjust, like just come up with a new shape. This looks good. You can increase its size a bit, and I'd like to add a little effect to it. I'd like to give it a pure white color and bring it back. You hold Shift to press both objects and bring it back, and voila, here's your sun. We're gonna do one last effect. We're gonna hold this one and we're gonna click on the center of random on a leaf, and the center we're gonna get it to be lighter. We're gonna do the same thing to all the leaves. We already have the color selected since we did the first leaf, and there you go. That's a nice effect. Now you can get a bit more creative. You can like choose all the edges here. You can change the colors as much as you want, and then you can make it with like a dark edge that seems nice, and then okay, No, that's not what I intended. You can like join these parts together, Pathfinder shape modes, unite, and if you double click on it, you separate it, then you can mesh it again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now look at this beauty. If you get out of it, you don't see everything, but you just have this like beautiful effect. You can do one more thing. You can select these edges. Let's do it one by one because this one gets a bit tricky. You go again to hue saturation, a darker color. That's a bit too dark. Let's go again to slightly brighter. Yeah, you see how it's just like this bit of effect here. And then we do the rest. We can do each point different from the other, because then you can like get a unique feeling. Nothing is perfect in nature. You can do some very dark, some very light, because the sun or any indoor lighting does not shine bright on all edges the same. You can like press on this line and get you directly where you want it to be. Same here, if you don't have the line, you just press on the middle. This last one. Okay, I'm doing this, I'm liking it. If you see it from afar, it's like, it's great. Alright, thank you for watching. We're gonna save this one too here. Probably get back to it later if you want to. I'll show you more tutorials later, probably something Photoshop, and see you later.